Welcome to the video on evolution of SOC in physical design perspective. In this video, we will see how a single core CPU will be turned into SOC or silicon on chip by using various components and features, thereby enhancing performance and latency. We will begin with our Act 1. Act 1 is initial phase of CPU. In the beginning, there was only one CPU and some registers used. So CPU was used to execute instructions, whereas registers were used to store temporary data.
Hi, I'm CPU. I am the processor on this chip. I do many arithmetic and logical operations. I fetch data and instructions from memory which is slow and consumes less power.
Hi, I am register 0, one of the few registers on the chip. CPU 0 can access very quickly. I have very limited capacity and can store data for a short duration.
Hi, I am register 1, another register on the chip. I have the same characteristics as that of the register 2, but I can store the different word of data.
And I am register 2, very similar to register 0 and register 1, but still can store one word of data.
As you can see that the initial CPU has high power consumption, low performance and high latency due to the frequent memory access. That's why we are using a phase in the next step which will enhance the performance, the power consumption is reduced and the latency is increased. In order to enhance the performance of CPU and its latency, cache was added. So cache is a small and fast memory which stores frequently accessed data.
Hello, I'm the cache, a new addition to the SOC. I fetch the data words and instructions for the CPU usage. I can prefetch the data so that the cache doesn't have to wait for data. This increases the performance and the speed. Oh, cache, you're amazing. You have increased my performance and latency very significantly. You also reduced my power consumption by minimizing the memory access. Thank you, CPU. I'm not perfect. Sometimes you might not find the data that you're looking for. In case of a cache-made situation, you might have to look for the data in the main memory, so that will reduce the performance and improve the latency. It's okay, cache. You're still beneficial to me.
Now the CPU is looking for the data from the cache. Got the data from the cache and it is cached. As you can see, that no cache has improved the performance and latency, but it has its own limitations, such as cache misses, coherence and latency. That's why we are adding an FPU which will handle the floating point. Now, in order to improve the quality of floating points and graphical applications better, FPU was added to CPU. FPU stands for Floating Point Unit, which performs mathematical or arithmetic operations on floating points. That is like decimals or fractions.
Hello, I am FCU, the floating point unit. I perform the floating point operations like addition, subtraction, multiplication and division along with trigonometric functions and the other complex operations on the floating point number. I can also handle the multimedia and graphics applications which require much more precision.
Thank you, FP. You are amazing. You have increased my performance and also you have taken out my workload which I couldn't do alone.
Thank you, CPU. But I may not be perfect every time. I may encounter the errors and exceptions like divide by zero, overflow as well as underflow.
That is totally okay because now I can work faster than I was doing before.
Hello, I'm CG1, another processor code audition. I can execute instructions to file, which means we can share the task and function. I can also execute other types of instructions from CPU, such as vector or matrix operations.
Thank you, CPU, for helping me. Now we both can execute tasks in parallel and finish up the work earlier.
Thank you, CPU. I'm glad to help you. However, we are not lucky. We may encounter conflicts or dependencies when executing instructions in parallel, such as data movement or synchronization, which may result in incorrect results or performance degradation.
So we have fault, we both can together work and increase the performance of this chip significantly.
As we can see, that FPU has also increased the performance and versatility by the operations such as multimedia, floating point, and arithmetic operations. But it also has its own limitations such as errors, exceptions, incompatibility. So let's move on to the app store. To handle instructions and data fetch errors, TCM was now used. TCM stands for tightly coupled memory, which is placed very close to the processor core. So this accesses the data faster than cache memory or main memory. Hello, I am tightly coupled memory. I can store critical ports or data that requires low latency or high reliability. I can also handle instructions and data fetch errors that may occur due to conjunctions or faults on the chip. Excellent teacher. Because of you, the error handling ability of me has been improved. Thank you, CPU. I'm glad to help you. However, I'm not perfect sometimes. Sometimes I may not have enough space to store all critical data that you need. As we can see, the TCM has improved its performance, reliability and robustness of the CPU chip by improving its data handling of errors and also by storing and fetching data instructions rapidly. But it also has some of the limitations such as TCM allocation, TCM errors and TCM overflow. So let's move on to the next slide. Finally, in order to save the state of the device, RAM is used. RAM stands for Random Access Memory, which is the main part of the memory, and that stores the data and instructions which are currently being used. Hi CPU, I'm RAM, the new additional to the chip. I can store data and instructions that CPU 0 FPU can need to access frequently. I can store faster than external devices like flash drive and hard disk. Excellent, sir. You help me access data and all the other instructions from the external memory sources. You have also reduced my size by eliminating the requirement of external memory support. Thank you, CPU. I'm glad to help you. However, I'm not perfect. Sometimes I lose data and instructions when power is turned off and interrupted. I may cause data loss and correction.
In this video, we saw how a single core CPU has now been turned into completely silicon on chip by adding various components and features, thereby improving its performance and latency.
As you can see, that the RAM has also improved the performance and reliability of the CPU chip by improving the storage and allocation of data and instructions. But it also has few challenges such as volatility, refresh rate and power consumption. This concludes our role play on the introduction of SoC with perspective of physical design. I hope you have enjoyed it and learned something from it. Thank you for watching.